Make way, we have a biological weapon coming through. Dior Sauvage Elixir. After I did my Dior Sauvage review, I had a lot of people requesting for a full review on Dior Sauvage Elixir. So without further ado, here it is. So if I'm giving this such high praise, what does this smell like? Fragrantica lists that it has notes in the top of cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, and grapefruit. Middle notes of lavender. That's it. And base notes, licorice, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. I think they did a pretty good job with that breakdown, but let's spray it on my skin to see what I get. Ooh, that atomizer, do you see that? Each spray is literally like 2-3 sprays of most fragrances. So strong, the whole room is just completely filled right now, I'm not even kidding. So off the top, you're getting a lot of those spicy notes, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the cardamom, with a nice clean citrus coming through of that grapefruit. I do agree with that. And in the middle, you're getting a lot of that clean vibe from the lavender. When it settles down into the base, the licorice and the sandalwood definitely come through. It's super warm and spicy, almost peppery and sweet, but not as sweet as some of the other ones. The sweetness, I think, is from the licorice. The scent profile maintains a little bit of that classic DNA, but expands on it, making it a lot more masculine, and it definitely goes in its own direction after the dry down. But to be fair, and to be honest with you, it's not my favorite smell of the Dior Sauvage line. I prefer the scent profile of the Dior Sauvage EDT. It just excels in pretty much every other category, which I'll dive into in a moment. Projection, sillage, and performance is where this one truly shines. It is absolutely beast mode. You do not need to spray anything more than 2 to 3 sprays. The first time I tried this on, I sprayed 5 sprays on my neck, behind my ear, and 1 on my clothes. I went to a restaurant after, and I'm telling you, I filled the entire restaurant. I saw people looking at me and giving me that look. I probably won't put that amount of sprays on ever again. This is a 2 to 3 spray max. And because of that, this 60 ml bottle is gonna last you a very long time. This had literally like a 6 to 10 foot projection in the first 30 minutes to an hour. It did settle down a bit more after that, but the projection was around 6 to 8 hours total, coming a little bit closer to you, 4 feet for around 12 hours, and then after 24 hours, this is still a skin scent. So the performance on this is absolutely legendary. But I'll be honest, because of how well this performs, I guarantee in the near future, there's gonna be a reformulation. There's gonna be talks about this thing being watered down. If you have a chance to get this before reformulation, I would consider doing that. Like I said in the Dior Sauvage review, that was definitely watered down in the sense that it doesn't perform as well anymore. So the price of this is around $220 for a 60 ml. I know that's considered expensive, but trust me, this is worth it. You only need 2 to 3 sprays. This 60 ml is gonna last you a long time. I will post links for this in the description where you can find it for the cheapest price, definitely cheaper than retail from some of these discounter sites. So make sure to check the description. And in case you didn't know, Dior Sauvage Elixir was made in France in 2021 by François Desmarchais. I hope I said that right. Leave in the comments if I didn't. I also really love the look of this bottle on my shelf. Even though it's a 60 ml, it doesn't match the rest of my bottles. I just love how it looks. The silver writing, the bottle is darker than all the other ones, almost non-see-through. The magnetic cap, the Dior logo on the top, the Dior logo on the atomizer, and on the bottom with the batch code, which by the way is 2C05. I know people are wondering. Now we enter one of the cons of this fragrance, the versatility. This is not the year-round fragrance like Dior Sauvage is. It prefers colder weather because of its warm, spicy nature. It is definitely more projecting to cut through those cold, harsh climates of the winter. I would say that this is good for winter, spring when it's transitioning from cold to warm, and fall. But in summer, it's not much of a use, and it definitely leans towards nighttime. Now, because of this scent breakdown, I think that it is the most masculine and mature version of Dior Sauvage. I think that anyone 25 plus could be suited for. It's pretty much age versatile after that, but I don't think this is really good for youthful crowds. It's not youthful at all. It's super masculine. It's probably one of the most masculine fragrances you can buy on the market. Now I'm gonna give my final thoughts before I give this a review of 1 to 10. Overall, because of the performance and how beast mode this is, it is the best Dior Sauvage. But like I said, it's not the best smelling Dior Sauvage. Because of that, it's not the compliment beast that some other fragrances are. But this is gonna do you very, very well if you're looking for something strong. If you want to be the guy that's looked at in the room and everyone's looking at, has the full attention of the room, this is your type of scent. But it lacks versatility. In fact, it's almost hard to wear because of how non-versatile it is. And because of the lack of versatility, I definitely knock off a point for it. I'm gonna give Dior Sauvage Elixir a 9 out of 10. because of the pros and because of the cons that I mentioned. Get it now before it's reformulated, which is pretty much guaranteed to happen. What are your thoughts on Dior Sauvage as a line in general? Leave those in the comments below. Have you tried the Elixir? Let me know. If you haven't seen my Dior Sauvage EDT review, you're gonna want to see that one over there. I'll see you over there, and I love you. Don't forget that.